Okay, we're starting with page 2. Let's have a closer look. An expert will prepare this test. This is clearly a passive voice structure, so this text will be prepared by an expert. Example 60. I ate too much for supper, now my stomach is upset. Complained Larry. Larry complained that he had eaten too much for supper and his stomach was upset. So in both cases we are we're going one step back in time. Here we do past perfect from past simple and past simple from present simple. They were cleaning my room when I arrived at the hotel. When I arrived at the hotel, my room was being cleaned. My room was being cleaned. I would do a passive voice here because the agent is not clear. So if the agent is not clear, that probably indicates that we need to go with passive voice. Passive voice in past continuous, okay? Yeah, past continuous, passive voice, sorry. 62. The old man is a friend of mine. You are laughing at him. The old man you are laughing at is a friend of mine. The old man you are laughing at is a friend of mine. The dentist is filling her tooth. This is what? This is present continuous. So when we want to do a passive voice with present continuous, we probably want to do something like her tooth is being filled by the dentist. Don't leave me now, I'm scared, begged Mary. Mary begged not to leave her. She was scared. That's how I would do it. It's a pity I sold my car. I wish, and here again we are doing wish, and we are doing wish with past because this car was sold. So we need to do past perfect here. I wish let me have a look at this sentence once again. I wish I hadn't sold my car. Did the explosion frighten you? Were you frightened by the explosion? So this is an example of passive voice. Somebody is ringing up a doctor. A doctor is being rung up. A doctor is being rung up. So this is a present continuous. We need to do past continuous here. A doctor is being rung up. Perfect. Whispering is rude when you are in company. It is rude to whisper when you are in company. Very nice structure here. We need to shift the order of the words in the sentence. John is in love with Agnes. John is only 13. John, who is only 13, is in love with Agnes. Nobody respected Susan. Susan was not respected. I'm sorry I can't help him. I wish I could help him. If we have the verb can or can't and we need to do a wish sentence with it, it's usually customarily done by doing could with instead of putting could instead of can or can't, depending on whether you have a negation or not. So just I wish I could help him. A really simple thing. Help me please, asked the girl. The girl asked for help. That would be the easiest and the quickest way to do it, and a correct one at that. Okay, example 73. Has anyone seen my tennis racket? I asked. I wanted to know, and here again we have the Polish word czy. So we need to say I wanted to know if anybody had seen my tennis racket. It's present perfect, and we know that if we go one step back in time, instead of present perfect, we are going to have past perfect. I wanted to know if anybody had seen my tennis racket. Point 74. It's a pity she is such a talkative person. I wish she weren't such a talkative person. Why? Because we are talking about a present situation and we are using wish. Wish and present, and it's a feature of character, so usually we use past simple or second conditional for these sort of things. So I wish she weren't or wasn't such a talkative person. Nobody said anything. Okay, nothing was being said. Nothing was, nobody said anything. Okay, was being said or was said. I think was said is better because was said is a passive form of past simple, and was being said is a passive form of present continuous, and here we have past simple, so nothing was said is a better option. Yeah, we need to stick to the original tense in the sentence, so let's stick to past simple. Nothing was said, and that's all. We ought to do something about it. Something ought to be done about it. Again, another passive voice structure. Something ought to be done about it. Done, because this is, as usual with all passive sentences, we need to have the third form of the verb, third form from the table. I advise you to stop drinking so much. If na twoim miejscu, yeah. So the na twoim miejscu structure needs to always be used with if I were you. If I were you, not if I was you or anything like that. If I were you, I would stop drinking. If I were you, I would stop drinking. They operated on him yesterday. He, and again, this is a tricky verb because it's operate on. In a medical term, operate needs to be connected with on, so that means a procedure was being performed on a patient. So, and again, here we need to identify the tense first, and we can identify this tense as past simple. So we need to do a passive form of that verb. He was operated on yesterday. He was operated on yesterday, and with this we land at the end of this page, so we need to turn the page and do another exercise. Okay, we'll be back with another page number, that will be page 3, I believe. I mean, at least the third page of this set of transformations, yeah? So, back with you in a second.